Hey guys, Mark here. Welcome to our multi-part series on the Chromebox for meetings. Now, if you click the wrong one, don't fret, because you can see behind me there's a bunch of buttons that'll take you to any one of the videos, so if you clicked the wrong one, it's totally fine. I'm going to turn these into buttons, so once I disappear, get ready to click on those, and I'll see you in just a second. Hey guys, Mark here with Promevo TV. We've just done a few videos on the Chromebox for Meetings series, and now I feel pretty educated, so I wanted to answer some of your questions. So let's go down our list of frequently asked questions and I'll get you trained on how to use this. Okay, so the first question we usually get is, what if I don't have Google Apps for work? Can I still use a Chromebox for Meetings? Well, don't worry. You can still use a Chromebox for Meetings system even without Google Apps. Now, while using Google Apps, you'll have the fullest and best experience, so I obviously recommend using Google Apps, but you can still start named video calls between Chrome devices for meetings within your domain. That said, without Google Apps, you're going to miss out on things like integration with Google Calendar to pre-schedule meetings and rooms, screen sharing wirelessly using g.co/present, collaboration with others using Google Docs and more during a live meeting, and joining Hangout meetings from laptops, computers, and phones. Okay, how do you schedule a Chromebox for meetings? Well, you add a room. Let me show you. Okay everyone, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and open calendar.google.com, and that's going to take you to your calendar page. Now within here, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to schedule your meeting. So if you want to create a meeting, I'm just going to click an open spot here so we can create the time. We'll click on this and it's going to pull up the event page here. Now you can start naming it, but I'd actually recommend going full on to the full event editing area. Click edit event, and from here you put in everything. So you can title the event whatever you want. Test shoot. Where is this going to be? Let's see what room it's in. We'll go ahead and just put test here. And then from here you can add your guests, but more importantly you can add your rooms. So if you click on rooms, it'll show you all of the available rooms here. So I'm going to pick Lumberg's office. We're going to add that to the meeting. So now you'll see it adds it here to this guest section. We can check the time. So I'll go 3:30 to 4:30 on time. We're set on that. And you're ready to go. At this point, you can go ahead and click guests, and you can start adding in guest names. So we'll use my cohort Holland here, and we'll add him. And that, by clicking save, it's going to ask if you would like to send the invitation to the guest. I'll go ahead and click send. So he gets an invitation to that now, and you'll see that that pops in there. It schedules the Chromebox for meetings, and it schedules the room that that Chromebox for meetings is in. But Mark, what if there's a meeting with the same name? What do we do about that? Well, let me show you how to avoid that confusion. Here's how you handle having a meeting with the same name. You're gonna go and find your event, and you're gonna click on it, and that's gonna bring us back to this edit page. Now, since you're the creator of this event, you should actually see here under the video call that it has the option of change names. So right now, if there was another meeting that was called Holland-Reigns-M, we can change it. We can change this to anything we want. So I'm gonna call this Anything We Want. And that'll be the name of the meeting. When I click save, it sends updates if you so choose, and I do. And now it updates the meeting here, and just to show you, you'll see now join meeting anything we want. So the name has been changed. This prevents any sort of awkward mess ups or any overlap in titling. Can I call into a Hangout meeting? Currently, the Chromebox for Meetings does not offer the ability to have an outside party call into a Hangout with a phone number. So it's not really like a traditional conference call in that regard. However, a participant in the Hangout can call out to you and add you into the call that way. Check it out. Okay, so from the main Chromebox for Meetings screen, you're going to grab your remote. We're going to go ahead and click down here to the call that we've created. We're going to join that call by selecting it. Okay, so now we're in the call. You can see us hiding on the bottom right-hand corner there with the rest of the production team. I'm going to click the up arrow here on my controller so that it highlights these options up top here. You'll see the top left one is invite people, so we'll go ahead and select that. Now immediately it's going to give you the option to add an email address. We don't want to do that because we're dialing out, but you'll see what appears to be a keypad on the right. You'll go over there, highlight that, click it once more. Who do you want to call? And then you can actually just add a phone number in through your Chromebox for Meetings remote control. So now we've got the number typed in. We're going to go down to call, select it, and it's going to call my cell phone number. Okay, now I'm in the call and I can hear myself talking. Pretty impressive. Now, if you want to go ahead and get rid of them on the call because I don't want to talk to myself, I'm going to go ahead and highlight their name down here by pushing the down arrow and click hang up. And you'll see they've been removed from the call. And that's it. Now I'm going to leave too. How do I join a call? Well, let me show you. I'll also show you how to present to a call, and we'll go over a basic tour of the user interface on the Chromebox for Meetings. Okay, before we go too far, I want to make sure that you're happy and aware of all of the user interface here. So we've got the main screen here, which I think we've touched on briefly in the other videos, and you'll see it lists upcoming calls and meetings that they've scheduled on here. So this top one here is the one that we've created. I'm going to go ahead and select that one. And let's go through a couple of important icons on screen. So in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see me and the production team there. And because of that, I'd like to go ahead and not show that. So let's go hit the up arrow on our remote until we get up top, and it'll let us navigate through the main bar here. One of the first options I'll highlight is turn camera off. By clicking that, you'll see that it removes the image. That way you guys can't see us behind the scenes. To the left of it, you've got mute microphone, and that does kind of the same thing except for the microphone, and that it'll go ahead and cut all of our audio out so that you can't hear what I'm saying. To the left of that, we've got the adjust volume option here where you can adjust the actual option of the call itself. Invite people, by clicking on this, you get the option to add email addresses as well as phone numbers so you can call out to people and add them to your meeting. And the last two here we've got on the far right are the settings options, and this gives you control over which camera you're using, which microphone you're using, which speaker you're using, as well as accessibility, doing test towns, things of that nature. And then last but not least is the option to leave the call. Now I do have down here in the bottom right corner, when you highlight yourself, you have the option to, again, to mute yourself so that they can't hear you. Or you can also offer to present to everyone, which allows you to become the main focus of the call. So it really plays into my personal egomania. Okay, so probably the most basic feature here would be how to join a call itself. So if you're on your Chromebox for Meetings, you can either use the available listed ones here. So you'll see I've highlighted the meeting that I've created. However, if you wanted to just start a fresh Hangout or join an existing one, if you know the name of that, you can just type it in using your Chromebox for Meetings keyboard. So we'll say Hangout is going to be the name of this one. And by doing so, hopefully this is not a real thing, we'll go ahead and select it, and it'll join a call named Hangout. And that's how we get involved in this call. So that's the easiest way to do that. Now to present to a call in here, if you want to do that, you'll again go down to the bottom right hand corner, highlighting yourself. You'll see it gives you two options. The top of those two options is present to everyone, and by selecting that, you'll present your screen to everyone. So this allows you to do screen shares. If you've got a Google Doc or something along those lines that you'd like to share with the whole audience, they can see that. Or worst case, they can just see your beautiful face the entire time. Earlier, I mentioned presenting with g.co/present. Here's how you do that. Okay, so to present using g.co/present, what you're gonna do is jump on your Chromebook again, and you're gonna go and open a new tab, and in that tab, you're gonna type g.co/present. And you're gonna see that it brings us to a very familiar screen here. We've created the test shoot meeting, and since I'm not the creator of that meeting, nor did I receive a traditional invite, which I will complain about later, I'm gonna go ahead and type in the name of that meeting here, test shoot, and we're gonna hit enter. Upon hitting enter, you'll see a pop-up window come up. Okay, the first thing it's going to offer is say, hey, we'd like to share your screen. Would you like to share the content of your screen with hangouts.google.com? And you can say, absolutely, I would like to share my internal display or just the Hangouts. So in this case, I'll go internal display, which will share my entire screen to them, and we'll click share. And now this will present everything that I'm doing on screen to everybody else. So you can see Hangout messages coming through to me. You've got the notification coming through there, and you can see my taskbar and everything. So this will allow you to do whatever I'm doing. So if I wanted to go to any website to show off, so now for example, you can see what's going on Promevo.com, and that way you can see exactly what I'm talking about, and everybody will understand what we're talking about in the meeting itself. It's a really helpful tool. Is there any way to create a conference line from within the Chromebox for Meetings? Currently, there is no way to create a conference line from the Chromebox for Meetings itself. However, there's a little bit of a workaround here, and let me try and show you that. Through the use of some third-party applications and extensions like Uber Conference, for example, you can add a conference bridge to your Hangouts meeting using a secondary device, like a Chromebook. So even though this requires a Chromebook and technically isn't going to be done on the Chromebox for meetings, I'm still going to show you how to do it anyway. Check it out. Okay, so what we did on this one is we actually went in on our Chromebook and we joined the Hangout that we've created called Test Shoot here in the Chromebox for meetings. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to this little 3 dot here, and that's going to give you the option for your menu, and here you'll see Add Apps. And in there, what we're going to be looking for is an application called Uber Conference, which is conveniently at the bottom here. We'll go ahead and install that Hangout extension, and you're going to go in here and agree to all of the terms, otherwise you can't proceed. We'll go ahead and say yes, continue, because we're giving it permission to start. And it's going to install the Uber Conference app here so we can create a conference bridge line. So it's going to give you the option here to enable telephone calling in this, and we're going to go ahead and click agree on this. There we go. Okay. And it's going to ask you, we're attempting to make this phone call to this number on your behalf. Would you like to make a call? We'll say yes. And that's going to dial out to create the conference bridge. So what you'll see now on the right side of the screen here is this telephone number as well as a PIN. And you can actually give that to anybody and they can dial into the, actually dial into the call itself. So now we're all connected, and we'll show you on the Chromebox for Meeting screen that it also is showing that number connected. Awesome. So now you're pretty well versed with the Chromebox for Meetings. Did you think I missed anything? Do you have any questions? Leave me a comment on this video. I'd be happy to answer them for you. We'll see you next time. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. Now, again, behind me, I've put these buttons up so you can jump to any one of the videos in the Chromebox for Meeting series. It's been a lot of fun producing them. Make sure to leave us some comments on these videos to let us know what you'd like us to cover in future videos. On that, I'll see you next time.